Good morning, everybody. Carrie at Schmidt House, and I'm out here behind the house today. Got my old El Camino back here, and I'm cleaning out the shed. I found some parts that go to it. Have a potential buyer. But anyway, when I came out here, I noticed these Agarita bushes, and they have a lot of fruit on them. Some not quite ripe yet, but some of them are very ripe and ready to go. This bush over here especially. There's a lot of Agaritas in there. So I'm gonna make an attempt to pick some of these, at least until my fingers are too bloody and hurting too bad. And I want to make some jelly. I've never made jelly out of this Agarita before. I have eaten it before. It's really good. I've done the Mustang grape jelly in the past, but I don't want to let all these berries go to waste. So if I can get some picked. Good morning, people. Today we've got a good one for you. We got chickens, baby chickens in the incubator hatching out. We got baby kittens on the back porch. It's definitely springtime. Walked in behind the house the other day, and the Agarita bushes were just loaded with berries. So that told me it's be a good time to get some picked and make some jelly. So went out and picked a bunch of berries, which was no easy task, and got the berries all picked. And now we're gonna be in the kitchen here making some jelly. It's a very simple process. The hardest part is picking the berries. So come along with me. We're gonna start out with this stock pot. We're gonna put 8 cups of water in there, and I've got 6 cups of berries. We got to make the juice before we can make the jelly. Get out of there. It'll boil. We're going to bring this to a boil, stir it, and then just let it simmer for about 30 minutes. Stirring it. You can lightly smash it a little bit while you're doing that, while it's simmering. And once we have it simmered for about 30 minutes or so, then we'll run it through a strainer, clean all the pulp and stuff out. Not perfectly. I'm not going to run it through a cheesecloth yet. At this point, I just run it through a strainer. And I'll bring you back when it starts boiling. Okay, you see it's starting to boil. Yeah. Turn it down a little bit. Just let it simmer. Sometimes it will get a little crazy and it can foam over. Just got to watch it. At this point, we just want to let it go for about 30 minutes. And this fruit could have been a little riper. I think it'll be okay though. I just didn't have any patience when I saw those Agaritas. I just wanted some jelly. That, and I've got so much going on coming up. This was probably the only window opportunity I had to do it. At any rate, it'll give you an idea how to do this. It's basically the same with a lot of different fruit. Now we're just going to leave it at that for about 30 minutes, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, we're about 20 minutes into our simmering, and you can see how the berries have all settled and the juice is turning a lot darker color. And if these berries were riper, it would have been even a darker, prettier color than that. And we're going to end up with a lot of juice here. We're only going to use about 4 cups for this batch. What we don't use, I'm going to put in a jar. I think I'm going to put it in a jar, put it in the refrigerator and save it. See how this turns out. If it turns out great, I'll use it to make another batch, and I can give this stuff away. But I think 4 cups will make about 7 half pints, 6 or 7 half pints. Once put the 4 cups of juice with sugar in there. Sugar makes a larger volume. So yeah, we got about 10 more minutes of simmering, and then we'll strain it. And I said earlier I was just going to run it through a strainer, not through a cheesecloth at this time. Sometimes I'll just strain it at this time, and after I put the sugar and pectin in there and cook it, then I'll run it through a cheesecloth before I jar it. But I think this time I'm just going to do it all in one step. Just clean the juice, filter the juice really good, and that way after I get the sugar and pectin in there and boil it and do what it's supposed to do, I don't have to strain it again. I can go straight to the jars with it. Okay, our berries have been simmering for about 30 minutes now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to turn it off, just let them set here, let them kind of cool down just a little bit. I've gone ahead and put my jars in the oven. I just always sterilize them in there. I'll put them in there on 225 for 20-30 minutes, and then they're good to go. From here, I'll pour this right through this. I just put my little cloth on here, so this will catch the bigger stuff. This will catch the smaller stuff. And we'll strain it out in here, and then we'll add our sugar in here and our pectin, and we will bring it to a boil. We'll let this kind of calm down a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna start just ladling this out into here. And this isn't going to quite all work. So I'm going to have to move this over here. Let me get this resituated, and I'll bring you right back. Okay, kind of pushed that over and made room for a little more. Should want to be able to get this all in there. Just trying to get all the juice I can out of there without making a disaster and having all my pulp fall into the stock pot with the juice. That would be horrible. But just be my luck. Well, they say, I've heard that you're not supposed to smash the berries, but I make wine too, and I've seen a lot of people, a lot of videos say, no, never smash your berries, you know, just let them ferment. I don't smash them a lot, but I smash them a little bit. I want to get everything I can out of them as far as good stuff. And I've never really had any kind of problem. Okay, now we're just gonna let this set here for a while. Let it drip. So you get a little better. We're gonna let those drip and get all the juice out of it we can. We do need 4 cups, and I'll measure it out and make sure we got 4 cups. And this, we'll let this drip. Probably let this sit here for an hour. Just let it all drip out. Okay, we got our juice here in the pot. 5 cups. 5 cups of sugar with pectin. I've got 1 tablespoon of butter I'm going to put in here. I had to make a little run to the store, so if you're doing this, make sure you got it, everything. I was a little short on sugar, so I had to go get some, but it's okay. Needed a break anyway. Turn this on. You want to bring this to a boil. Or 1 tablespoon of sugar. Of butter, unsalted butter. Start heating this up. Then we'll slowly add our sugar. And then 1 packet of this. This is just this sure gel. 1.75 ounces. Go ahead and add my sugar. It seems like a lot, but you want to add 1 cup of sugar per 1 cup of juice. I'm guessing you can do less sugar, but this is just the way I like it. Pulp in here that's snuck by us. That's one nice thing about doing a second strain. You can be sure and get all that, and it gets, a little clearer. Your juice can be a little clearer, but it doesn't affect the taste. Got a little rain this morning, not much, but it's a little damp outside. We've had a lot of big storms in the area. Haven't really picked up much rain here at the house. We really need the rain, but we don't need what's been happening up in North Texas and in Oklahoma with all the big tornadoes and destructive storms they're having. They're definitely getting their rain up there, but it's kind of scary watching that stuff on the news, and heart goes out to those people. If I was a little closer, I would definitely go up there and help with the cleanup, because they need the help. At this point, I'm gonna mix the sure gel in here. Really got to stir it good to break it all up. You want to bring this to a real hard boil. To where when you're stirring it, it's not stopping the boil. It continues to boil. And you want to do that for about 1 minute. At that point, you take it off the heat. Put it in your jars. Let this boil for about 1 minute. Make sure the sugar's all melted. And that's good enough. I'm going to turn it off. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and grab my jars. I don't know exactly how many it's going to take. I hope I got enough here. Not. I'll have to get out some more real quick. Okay, we're going to start ladling this out of there. A little closer over here. I'll make another mess. take a paper towel, wipe your, with some vinegar, just wipe the top of this, your jars. Make sure they're good and clean. You get a good seal. Especially if you notice if you spill a little or slop a little on top. You really want to make sure you get that all cleaned off of there. I think I was pretty good. I'm gonna have a little extra, a little more than I thought I was gonna have, so I've got a few more jars in the oven, sterilizing them. So that's a good problem to have. And just finger tight on these. So this is what we got. Besides a big mess, you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little half pints, and this one is not quite full, so I'm not going to can that one. We'll eat that one as soon as it sets. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in the tamale pot canner here, and I'm going to water bath them for 10 minutes. So they're all in there. They all fit. Make sure you have at least an inch of water with a top. Well, that's what some people say. I always try to. I've canned where I didn't even have any over the top, and it worked just fine. But bring that to a good rolling boil, and then 10 minutes. Leave it in for 10 minutes. And take it out, and it should be good for as long as you need it. This won't last me a year, but I say it's good for a year and a half. Some people say 2 years. I don't know. I've never tried it. Never had it last that long. So anyhow, we'll bring you back once it gets boiling more toward the end. Okay, we're boiling. We're going to put the lid on it. 10 minutes. So the jelly's been boiling in the canner for 10 minutes, and just turned it off. I was going to record that, but didn't realize I hadn't hit the record button, so not a big deal though. I'm going to let these set just a few minutes in here, and then we'll take them out, set them here on the cabinet, and see if they seal up. And then in a couple of days, they should gel. I mean, stuff should be getting gelled in a couple of days. I've never had a batch of jelly that did not gel, but I'm told sometimes it doesn't, and you have to recook it. I'm not sure what all that entails. It looks very good. The lids were immediately popping as I was taking them out of the canner. A lot of them have already sealed. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Making jelly is something very easy. Here in Texas, Central Texas, these Agarita berries, you can just go out on a county road or farm to market highway and drive along the fence line, and you'll see them everywhere this time of the year. Probably got about a 1 month window or so where you can have berries on them. It's not easy picking them, but it's so worth it once you get it done. Like I say, I hope you enjoyed this video, got something out of it. Consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and as always, God bless.